Alright, what's good with you guys? ShamThaGod here with another ShamThaGod Speaks video. Yeah, I know it's been kind of a minute since I dropped one of these. Dealing with things with, outside of, with life in general, with family and work and things like that. So, I'm trying to get back into the groove of making these videos. So, if you guys are new to the channel, you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Stay tuned to the latest content and share the video and hype it up as well. So, what I want to talk to you today about this video is about criticism in gaming, because these last couple of days, since they made the announcement of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3, and they showed some gameplay as well, a lot of people has been talking about this game. They've been, it's been almost 10 years, since we waited for Xenoverse 3. So, when everybody saw the gameplay and they saw the developers were talking about the game, it was just certain stuff on the game that a lot of people didn't like, including myself. So, and it was just certain stuff that had me concerned. So, when people get to, criticizing games, especially when you see trailers and stuff like that, we only judge about what we see, and that's okay. But for people to really just call people haters because of something that they saw, or they just feel like, oh man, you just simply hating on the game, that's not true. So that's what I want to talk about today on this video. I want to talk about gaming, criticism in gaming. So, if you play games from online to, being a content creator, criticism is going to happen. It's going to happen because whenever you're on a public platform, you are going to be criticized. There's nothing you can do about that. They're going to, people are going to say things in your comment section, or they're going to come to your live streams and say something about it, from, oh, well, you playing the wrong game, and, you're not entertaining, or, you too casual, or you're not competitive enough, and, stuff like that. So, at the same time, criticism is not bad, and that's the truth. It's not bad, but constructive criticism can really help you out. Like, constructive criticism can really actually improve, depending on the person that comes onto your stream or leave a comment. So, they'll point some stuff out that you need to work at, better communication, making your streams more engaging, more valuable. And, and it's going to be a time where, it's going to make you uncomfortable, but at the same time, it can help you grow as a content creator or as a person in general. So, but this is the biggest problem when it comes down to criticism, because I was just talking about this on my last live stream, I think like a couple of days ago. So, and me and Black Sasuke and MKS and Young Shogun, we were all talking about Xenoverse 3 on this stream. So, and what I was saying was, a lot of people turn criticism into hate. That's where the biggest problem when it comes to criticism, because they all thinking that it's just, you just a hater, or you hating on something, or hating on a game or something like that. So, and it's a difference between someone trying to help or trying to tear you down. There's two differences on that. Most, of course, the haters, they're going to hide behind the keyboard, or, they're going to try to say something mean to you, or tell you, oh, you need to quit and all that stuff, but we have to learn the difference between that. It's all about who advice that you take from. For the ones that's talking positive to you, those are your supporters. Those are the ones you listen to. For the one that wants to hate on you and all that, man, just leave them out. Shut them, just shut them out, because those are not trying. They're not trying to help you. Most of the ones that talk, that talk hate, that talk with all that hatred, those are the ones that probably were once creators, but then they wind up then making it, so they just going around trolling. So that's pretty much what that is. So, And it's crazy, you know, gaming is supposed to be fun, you know. From playing ranked on Call of Duty or grinding trophies on Resident Evil, you know, collecting physical games, you know, or just hanging out with, you know, with your friends after, you know, coming home from a hard day's work. You know, it's good just to come on and just have a good time. You know, that's all that it is. It's just good to come on and have a good time because, you know, everybody wants to come on here and just enjoy themselves, you know, especially when they come down to streaming. You know, you want to come in, you just did 12 hours and, you know, you want to come on and hop on a good game and just have fun, you know, enjoy the, you know, engage with your audience and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, every creator started somewhere. You know, it doesn't matter if you pick up a controller and, you know, stuff like that. You know, you're gonna start, especially as a streamer, you know, you're gonna start off, you know, 0 views, 0 subscribers and all that. So, and that's okay. And at the same time, do not let criticism, you know, stop you from chasing whatever you're trying to do on here, whatever you're trying to grind on YouTube, or, you know, you're trying to, you know, whatever goal that you have set for yourself. So don't let these folks try to stop you, because at the end of the day, criticism is not bad. It's all who you take criticism from. So at the end of the day, keep improving, keep learning, keep showing up, and keep grinding. So, you know, and that's all I got for you guys on this video. So like I said before, you know, just enjoy yourself, enjoy, you know, your audience, you know, make sure you come on here and you just have fun, because at the end of the day, that's what we all do on, that's all we do on here. You know, that's all, as gamers, that's what we do. We come and we play and have a good time with our viewers. So with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys are, like I said, if you guys enjoyed the video, you know, just like, or leave a comment and tell me what you think. Do you think, what's your thought about the whole constructive criticism thing? Does it help you out? You know, do you have a problem with it? So, you know, just leave a comment at the bottom of the video. So, but other than that, y'all, this is ShamThaGod Speaks, and I'm out. Peace.